My story starts with a story about a journey in the other side of the world and continues with a total different kind of story, a story about a life journey. Papua, everything is green, a river. A 44-year-old woman lying on her back, exhausted, on the bank of the Vatut River in Papua New Guinea. Her feet still in the water of the raging river, which she barely got out from after a stubborn struggle for her life, to be swept away or get out of there. In front of her, the river rapids. In the back, endangering bushy jungle. Around, there is no one. She's alone. The date is May 18, 2005, around 10 a.m. in the morning. And I, that was lying there, just received my life as a present. Or to be more accurate, I had the opportunity to choose life. The picture we just drew together was the turning point in the story. Those flowing life took me to the trip to Papua. 11 Israelis, 10 male rowers, and 1 female, me, the only woman in the group. After 2 quiet and pastoralic days on the river, in which we met both the local scenery and a lot of the local people, we started to hear sounds telling us that we are getting closer to a rapid. A few minutes of alertness and tension during the boats, and the boats flip over one by one. The world turns upside down. And then started a stubborn struggle for a grasp of air in the high rapid waves that lasted a lot more than just a few seconds. Rock in the river creates a rapid. Rock in the river caused the boats to flip over. Flipping over was the rock in my life's flowing river. Do you recognize those times when the world turns upside down, when the known and familiar cease to exist? Those rocks are thrown at us anyway. Reality happens. Crises reach us. The big question is, what do we do with them? Can we take those stones thrown at us and turn them into a stepping stone to create something new, launch a new direction? During this struggle for air in the high waves, I found myself looking around to see where I am and where do I continue from here. I spotted a piece of sand on the left bank and swam with all my powers, and I reached it. At that point, I understood that even in the midst of confusion, there is a possibility to choose and manage the situation I'm in. After almost 6 hours, I was spotted by 2 local kids from the other side of the river. That was the beginning of a long and challenging walk that continued deep into the night and lasted until noon of the next day, when I met the remains of my group. This is not a sad story, not even a story about bravery. It is a story about choice. It's a story about choosing life. So I started a new journey, the journey of life. In this journey, I found that inside that rock, I touched inner strength and voices that I probably had all the time, but I didn't agree to see or acknowledge. Can you see all kinds of rocks in your own river? Maybe they are telling you something. So I decided to do something with it. Do something not only for myself, but mainly for others. In January of 2009, I established my practice, Bria, where I coach and support people that the world turns upside down. Help them listen to the rocks in their river. Maybe they're telling them something. You might say, she's lucky. I'm not like her. Some people are born like that. Others choose to grow, to become like that. This talk tells my story, the story of my journey in Papua New Guinea, but mainly the story of my life journey started when I came back home from there. People attended this talk said that my personal story caused them to look for the clues in the rocks, gave them the ability to see the possibility to choose in any situation, enable them to observe and listen, to stop and see things differently. Thank you.